So you'll need to go to SchoolAI.com. If you haven't signed in before, you'll see a button for sign up towards the bottom. Otherwise, sign in. Using Google's your easiest way to connect in. And then when you get in here, some quick things in here. Dot is the AI that they have just that you can use as a chat bot. Create a space we'll do in a second. Assistants are just some preset chat bots to help you with different things. Tools are just some other generator things for different stuff. Organize any of the chat bots that you create would be in here. So let's go ahead and create our own space for kids to actually use. So you can see I've gotten started with one here. This will be all blank otherwise when you first come in. And what will happen is you put this for student learning. You put in your grade level. Remember, it needs to be 6th grade on up if you're going to let students interact with it. And then my generic prompt, which is in the comment or in the stuff with the video, I'm going to put that it's for math. And where it has in here, I'm going to put in the world that it's going to be in. Let's just choose Naruto because kids are really into Naruto. You can put literally anything in the world of Naruto, and you could put any book that you're reading on right now if kids are really into a specific book. All kinds of ways. Anyway, so then you need to put your objective. And I'll show you why in just a second. That's not super important like it used to be because they've added some great features. But I'm going to go ahead and put that this is going to be for RP1. And I want to do this one as short answer questions. Now, I do want to keep that it's positive feedback. I do want it to use less than 500 characters because sometimes it gets wordy. I do want it to help with incorrect answers and help if the kid asks a question. I want them to go through at least 2 times before they get the correct answer from the bot. You can take that out completely, that they don't get the answer or that they got to keep working on it, however you want to do it. I always do put stay on topic and within the world of whatever the theme is, because students do like to try and trick the AI and come out of whatever you're focusing on, and that's annoying. Anyway, after you get done with that, you're going to click add your standards. You can actually scroll through by state and country for a lot of places. You can go to your grade level, go to whatever subject that you want to go to. Then you get that down here. Once you get that, then you got this strand part here where you can do a little bit more specific things if you want. I am just going to scroll through and get RP1. Now you can do up, I would suggest no more than 3 objectives because then it starts getting a little crazy as far as what all it's going to do. 1 is good, 2 is okay, 3 is about as much as you want to do. If you have specific questions that you wanted to reference, you can click add files and either directly upload them, put the link for wherever they are. You can tie it to your Google Drive. It's a little bit easier if you just put it in here. It'll read it better. You don't need to do that. It'll create it on its own. You're going to create your space. Now, what's going to happen is this prompt is going to be fixed as it is, fixed as it were, by SchoolAI to be a little bit more in the machine's language so that it can handle going through and doing what you wanted it to do. And so it's going to put in all this information. As you can see, it generated an image. You can change any of these things that you want. So here's the prompt, and you can see that it did change my prompt a little bit, but it pretty much said the same thing. It just made it more concise. You can add any standards, any files if you forgot to do something. And then as far as your publishing details, it just gives a little bit of the things that you were talking about. You can change its visibility that it's just you or only the people that you share it with. Whatever you put this here, it's not going to matter for your students because they're going to be able to access it when you share it out. This is just that if you want to be able to let other people take a look, I'm going to put mine public because other people can just take mine and reuse it. You get a chance to test it out over here. So you can take a look at it. And then as you go through, you can test to see how well it works, or you can straight up solve it. So see, it's going to break it down and help you think about it a little bit more. It does read it aloud as they need, and then they can keep asking questions as they need. When you're done and you've got it like you want, you're going to click save. It's going to take a little bit of reviewing to make sure everything's cleaned and set up. You can add it to a particular collection, edit, whatever you want to do. And then you're going to go ahead and click preview and launch. Now you've already previewed it, but you can preview it again if you want. This does not connect with anything but Google Classroom. So we're just going to leave it as share link for class. The reason it has a date on it is so that way that you know which particular one. So that way if you share it with several classes, you can also change that name. You can put the code up here, but you can also scroll down and just copy this and paste this into your Canvas or whatever you're going to do. When you go into your session dashboard, any of the kids that have connected, you'll be able to see whatever they've used for a name. Just tell them to use no more than their first name, or if you want to give them a code that they use, like a number in your class, not their actual student number. But then you'll see how their interactions went and everything that they've said with it. And it'll also give you some insights about how they did answering questions and what they seem like as far as their understanding. And then when you're done, you can always click end session, and then you'll still be able to take a look at all their information and all those that you've done will still be back in your session history. So you can always go back and look at your previous ones and see how people have done and what was said each time. And that's all. Just give it a try. The first time, sometimes it's a little bit difficult the first time you try it, but give it a few times and you'll see some really neat results and your kids will enjoy it as well. Thanks for watching.